The problems of today won't be gone in 10 years. As a community, we are divided, not just by the young and the old, but between who has the power and who wants to grab hold. Many have their hearts in the right place, but forget that they aren't the only ones running this race. We as the youth have been pushed to the brink. Many have lost the language, and many just think that they don't need to be Vietnamese. Born here, they've embraced the American ways, and their touch with their culture starts to decay. Infighting, conflicts, and misunderstandings. A restricted youth who are thought to know nothing but are taught nothing, causing them to care for nothing in this community that they can't call home. But that's what it should be, a home. And right now, it's divided, not right down the middle, but into fragments and bits that make this just a little difficult to mend. But we have to start somewhere. So, let's pull out the tape and get to putting this community back together again. It's not going to be perfect, no matter how much you try, but it'll be something that stands, something that we can fix up, since duct tape, this is only the starting stuff. As we piece it together, our community 10 years from now, we can place young next to old, with language trying to get in between, but we have them surrounded with communication and collaboration. So experiences, stories, cultures, and more can seep in between them as we start to explore this idea of mutual respect, of walking in one another's shoes, and not debating about whose accomplishments is whose. In 10 years, we can see young and old have been brought closer together, though not side by side. Many things connect them, so there's less of a divide. As the young learn from the old and the old learn from the young, maybe then, just maybe, together these words could be sung. As we continue to build our community 10 years from now, we have knowledge and understanding, but that can't connect until we have us. And who are we? We are the students, the young professionals, the youth of today, who need to discuss how we will build this community. Because it's not only me, but it has to be us. And we may not all be activists demanding change, or experts who can recite Vietnamese prose, but we will be the ones that chose to keep our language and culture alive. Whether it be knowing bánh chưng is square for the earth from where we get our food, or just knowing how to say con thương bố mẹ. And if we can't, so that's okay, because we have các ông bà, các cô bác to help us learn. And in 10 years, it's going to be us investing in our community, us keeping the culture alive, and us sharing it with our kids, telling them about the heroes that came before them, so that they know and that we won't forget the debt that we owe. To those who braved oceans, who overcame hardships, faced sorrows, shed tears, and faced blood, so that we could live our lives. In 10 years, we can see that it is us who will be making sure that our home, our language, our culture survives. Us who will pave the way when that new generation arrives. As we keep building, we get to the top and, oh boy, look who we've got. It's the future generation, the sons and the daughters that probably haven't even entered our thoughts. But what can we do for them? Like us, Vietnam may be this homeland that they have never known. So where is this place then that they can call home? It all begins with a simple idea of creating a safe and open atmosphere, creating a space that they can claim as their own, where they can learn the past, connect to the present, and build a future. A place where they can come year after year, growing together, sharing their smiles, accomplishments, sorrows, and fears. A place where they can depend on a mentor to follow, to learn from, and one day be, so that they can pass this experience to that next generation down the tree. conversation, education, and mentoring create a support network that becomes a safe haven for those of a future generation. Let them talk to each other. Let them have their own inside jokes, and in between YOLO and swag, then they can learn from us old folks how to be vô tư or hăng say, or hear of how our parents achieved so much with their own tay. Bits and fragments may be where we were at the start, but with a little bit of effort and a lot of heart, we can build a home. A home to connect the past with the present, and a way for the future. Cái nhà là nhà của ta. A home that we can call our own. And all we need is a little bit of duct tape.